The Case of the Missing Bone. Chapter 1. The Disappearance. In the quaint town of Maplewood, where the sun always seemed to shine and the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers, lived a golden lab named Potter. Potter was not just any dog. He was the pride of the neighborhood, known for his playful spirit and his prized possession, a gigantic, perfectly shaped bone that he had buried in his backyard. This bone was not just a chew toy. It was a symbol of his adventures, a trophy from his legendary adventures. One sunny afternoon, as Potter basked in the warmth of the sun, he decided to dig up his beloved bone. But to his horror, it was gone. The hole was empty and panic set in. Potter barked frantically, alerting his owner, who rushed outside to see what was wrong. "What is it, boy?" they asked, kneeling beside him. When they saw the empty hole, their hearts sank. "Oh no, not your bone." Chapter 2. The investigation begins. Determined to find the missing bone, Potter's owner enlisted the help of a neighbor, a retired detective with a knack for solving mysteries. Together, they began their investigation, questioning the neighborhood dogs and their owners. "Did you see anyone near my yard?" they asked Bella, the sassy beagle next door. Bella shrugged. "I was too busy chasing squirrels. But I did see that new dog, Rocky, sniffing around your fence earlier." "Rocky," the detective mused. "I've heard he's a bit of a troublemaker." With a lead in hand, they decided to pay Rocky a visit. As they approached his house, they noticed a strange smell wafting from the backyard. When they peeked over the fence, they saw Rocky digging furiously in the dirt. "Hey, Rocky, what are you up to?" they called out. Rocky paused, dirt flying from his snout. "Just looking for my own treasure," he barked, but his eyes darted nervously. Chapter 3. A Twist in the Tale. Suspicious, the detective and Potter's owner decided to investigate further. They returned home and set up a stakeout, hoping to catch Rocky in the act. As night fell, they watched from the shadows, but instead of Rocky, they saw a shadowy figure creeping into the yard. "Who's that?" the detective whispered, their heart racing. They quietly approached, only to discover it was Potter's best friend, Daisy, a golden retriever known for her mischievous antics. "I was just, checking on Potter," she stammered, her tail wagging nervously. "Daisy, do you know anything about the missing bone?" they asked, their voice firm. Daisy hesitated, then sighed. Okay, I saw Rocky take it. He said he wanted to have the biggest bone in town." Chapter 4. The Confrontation. Armed with this new information, they confronted Rocky the next day. "We know you took Potter's bone," the detective declared, their instincts kicking in. Rocky's ears drooped. "I didn't mean to. I thought it was just a regular bone. I buried it in the park." Without wasting a moment, they rushed to the park, where they found a group of dogs gathered around a large mound of dirt. As they approached, they heard barking and growling. It was a chaotic scene, with dogs digging and fighting over something. "Potter's bone!" they shouted, spotting the familiar shape among the chaos. Chapter 5. The Final Twist. Just as they were about to retrieve the bone, a loud bark echoed through the park. It was Duke, the local Chihuahua, known for stealing toys and bones from others. "You think you can just take it back?" he growled, stepping forward. A standoff ensued, with Potter and Duke facing off. But then, in a surprising turn of events, Daisy leaped in front of Potter. "Wait, let's settle this like dogs," she proposed. A race to the tree and back. The dogs agreed, and as they raced, Potter and Duke were neck and neck. But just as they reached the tree, Duke tripped over a root, tumbling to the ground. Potter seized the opportunity, sprinting back to the finish line with the bone in his mouth. Chapter 6. The Unexpected Ending. As the dust settled, Potter stood proudly with his bone, but something felt off. "This looks like my bone, but it doesn't smell right," Potter exclaimed. Why had Duke been so eager to race? Potter's owner noticed a glint in the dirt where Duke had fallen. They knelt down and uncovered a small, shiny object, a key. "What's this?" they wondered aloud, holding it up for everyone to see. Duke's eyes widened in surprise. "That's not mine. I swear," he barked, backing away. The detective examined the key closely. "This looks like a key to a storage shed." But whose? Just then, Daisy piped up. I remember seeing a shed behind Rocky's house. Maybe it belongs to him. With newfound determination, they all headed to Rocky's house. When they arrived, they found Rocky sitting on the porch, looking nervous. What's going on? He asked, trying to act innocent. We found this key, Potter's owner said, holding it up. Does it belong to you? Rocky's eyes darted around, and he hesitated before answering. Yeah, I think so. It's just a shed for my toys. Let's check it out, the detective suggested, and they all followed Rocky to the back of the house. As they approached the shed, Rocky fumbled with the lock, finally managing to open it. Inside, they found an assortment of toys, but among them was something that made everyone gasp, Potter's missing bone, gleaming in the sunlight. Why did you take it, Rocky? Potter's owner asked. Rocky sighed, his ears drooping. I didn't mean any harm. I thought if I had the biggest bone, I could impress everyone. I just wanted to be part of the fun. Potter, sensing Rocky's remorse, stepped forward. It's okay, Rocky. We all want to be liked. But you should have asked instead of taking it. And Duke, feeling guilty for his earlier behavior, added, Yeah, we can all play together. No need to steal. Rocky's tail wagged slightly as he looked at Potter. Can we still be friends? Of course. Potter replied, wagging his tail. With the mystery solved and friendships restored, the dogs returned to the park, where they celebrated with a game of fetch, sharing toys and laughter. Potter's bone was back where it belonged, and the bond between the dogs grew stronger than ever. As the sun set over Maplewood, the dogs knew that their adventures were far from over, and they looked forward to many more legendary escapades together.